Good morning. Good morning, everybody. What a fun surprise to wake up to. Enzo Maresca dropping a little Josh Achimpong Centerback start. Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun? What a fun little surprise. That I enjoy. That I enjoy. Uh I figured out my watch the game and stream at the same time setup. I got myself a little streaming stick for the other monitor. Um, so none of the illegal tomfoolery of last week happening. And last week was, I guess, not even last week. I guess it was literally like 4 days ago or 5 days. It was this week. But we were bad luck. We were bad luck and we lost. So hopefully we win today, and then that'll be fine, and that'll be the whole thing. So we shall see how today goes. Obviously, the most interesting wrinkle is the starting 11. Uh, Chelsea have gone with Josh Achimpong at right center back. That's a pretty big surprise, but I think it makes a lot of sense. Like we talked a lot about on here. We talked a lot on here about like the profiles that Chelsea need at right center back if Fofana is going to be out for a long time. Obviously today Chelsea dropped or yesterday Enzo Maresca dropped the old Fofana is going to be out a really long time thing. And if Fofana is going to be out a really long time, you got to find other solutions. And we talked about like in the future maybe Achimpong is that guy. And let's see. I think I'm kind of worried this is a little bit of like transfer brigmanship from Maresca. Like I'm a little worried this is him being a bit of a dickhead and like, oh, I'm gonna play this kid so that if he fails, they'll go buy me a center back. I'm a little worried about that, but let's let's see. Hopefully not. ZZZ, nice to see you. All right, man. Enjoy your Saturday. I appreciate the message. That Blue Yank, Brian Smith, nice folks. But this is the team. I expect it's going to be a Gusto right 10, Palmer left 10 game. That's what I expect because it's certainly not going to be Neto inside. You would have gone with somebody else there if that was the case. This is my guess. I don't think it'll be. I mean, it could be this, right? It could be this way, but I don't think. My guess is it'll be the other. We'll see. I'm curious. I'm very, very curious to see how this goes. I'm very curious. Anyone have predictions in the chat? I don't know how to do like the fancy stream things or you put like polls and stuff like that. It would be good to learn. I feel like that'd be fun. But I think Chelsea are gonna win. That's my prediction. That I think Chelsea will win today. What does chat think? Are we gonna win? Are we gonna draw? Where are we at? I really like Shek Decore on Palace, by the way. He was like a few years ago I was doing like a study on what metrics translate to the Premier League from other leagues. And one of the things I was looking at France was defensive midfielders because there was like a time when all the French DMs were really fashionable, like Chouameni, Decore. Ugo Chukwu wasn't really in that group, but ended up getting one of the moves. I'm trying to think who the other like sexy ones at the time were. There were a few, but it was like looking at those I was looking at those transfers, and one of the big things we saw was like the ball winning stuff really translates. I worry about Mateta doing a delap and Eze pulling Gusto's pants down. Yeah, Gusto's a little bit of one, but Eze hasn't been doing much. Uh, yeah, Eze hasn't had a great season other than like sticking one in the top corner against us. Like, hasn't done much. 316 Gusto right pocket, Palmer top the diamond as pass back 5. You're probably right. Go to probably. James Guru, never mind the football. My God, what a view that is in the background. In my background? My background? Yeah, I live in a mountainous area. Get a nice one. I imagine you're not talking about the palace background. Actually, not the first time I went to England, but the first time I went to England as like an adult, I took the train from the airport to London and like was super jet lagged and was like totally out of it. And basically, the first thing I saw was taking the train past Selhurst Park, and I was like, "Oh, that's Selhurst Park, just in the middle of nowhere," which I thought was kind of gotta win, gotta win. I'm seeing 2-0 Chelsea, 3-1 Chelsea. Yeah, I'm gonna go like 2-1 Chelsea. That's the Hope Jackson has a good game. Can sometimes be a bit missing. Yeah, Jackson's been like decidedly less good lately, in my opinion. Like, we'll look at his last couple games while they're clapping. 2025. I don't know. Yeah, I mean the last 3 for sure, and across the last like 6, a little bit less production. But let's see. He has always been kind of an up and down guy. One of the reasons why I want that like second guy. Also, I'll let you guys know when the game kicks off for me on my screen. So hopefully we can avoid spoilerinis. But see. This is a very long minute's applause. And I don't have audio, so I have no idea why. Sangare was super fashionable. Yeah, Sangare had the Eredivisie thing though, where like that league is so bad, like it's very hard to predict translation. Desperate for an Achimpong masterclass, could really force himself into starting 11 with good performances. Yeah, I think if he has a really good game, it opens a lot of doors. I think it opens a lot of doors. All right, Chelsea just kicked off. So I'm like 30 seconds behind real time. That's your marker. Let's see. I'm very curious how today goes. Well, Palace are back 5. Not talking. Yeah, I'm always curious to see. Is it Cucurella? Okay, let's see. Only one action. Great start though, Mr. Cucurella. Right, first. A little scary. A little scary. It looked like on the first action it was Cucurella wide, Sancho in the 10, which would be a very interesting change. But it would be a good way to get like that second 10 inside without it being Felix or Nkunku. But at that point, like, why wouldn't it be Felix? I think it's gonna be. Or is it going to be 2-1 build base? That would be fun. I think he's gonna go 2-1 build base. Hard to tell. All I can think of right now, there used to be an old clip of there used to be a clip when Tuchel was at Bayern of him talking to Archie Rind-Toot, the like Bundesliga journalist, not journalist, like TV presenter guy. And they had an excellent conversation about like changing build bases from 3-2s and 2-1s. They were playing somebody bad and they started with a 2-1 build base. Ooh, okay. Nice. Well, we took our first shot sooner than Ipswich. So, that's a start. I'm I think this is 2-1 build bases, which is something we have not done all season. Didn't even do in preseason. Anyone else think this kit is really rubbish? The white one? I actually ordered the white one with Cole Palmer. I think it's way nicer in person because it's almost like cream person. And with no sponsor, it's like if it didn't have the stripe on the side, it would be sick. Stripe on the side is super ugly in my opinion. So like I think what this actually looks like, right? If I drop Palace's line a lot, is like this. Nice Caicedo. Good job. Is like this. Definitely. Okay, Jackson. Good little hold up. Win a corner. Why not get the black one? I also got the black one because I refused to give the club money, so I bought my kits through illicit means. So I got the black one with Caicedo, and I bought the white one with Palmer from totally legitimate, authorized resellers from the nation of China, because I refused to give Clear Lake money. Yeah, Gusto being a little sloppy passer pisses me off. Nice little relocation corner. Okay. All right. We love those. Love those. I gotta turn my. Yeah, Gusto's like a crossy boy though. It's his thing. So I think it's this. Like such a bizarre way to set this team. I'm so lost, man. Yeah, I don't know. No, we need a watch along bingo. I definitely say the same things all the time. So you would win. Everyone would hit bingo on every sheet, every game. Look at that touch. Josh is nasty. Look at that touch and release. Tosin's not doing that. I beg we score off of this. Yes. Yes. I would have been so happy if we scored off of that action. That would have been so fun. See, look how quick he is in the channel. Tosin's like 40 yards away. Nice. I did see PGMOL is fining Chelsea for crowding John Brooks after the penalty. What's weird is, like, I didn't think Chelsea's reaction to the penalty was particularly egregious. Like, I didn't think it was anything out of the ordinary for contentious VAR penalty. Like, I don't know. Interesting. It's, I suppose I would call this like a 4-1. But it's pretty, like, here it's very clearly, and I just tried to move my mouse over to the screen with the game on it. Like, it was very clearly 3-1, but now 2-1, fullbacks low. So I wonder, and Palace are like very clear 5-4-1 with Sarr and Eze. Yeah, okay. So my vibe so far is that Chelsea are trying to get Gusto and Cucurella lower to attract the wingbacks, right? So that you can get wingers versus wide center backs. That's the vibe to me so far. That's my intuition on what I've seen so far, is that this is low fullbacks. This is low fullbacks to draw the wingbacks. 4-1 build. Can you attract the front five, and then your numbers even behind that? Which is not really how Chelsea. But if you can attract the front five and then get a wingback to jump, you're +1. This is interesting. I always like seeing new ideas. There we go. Boom. And now you're into the next line with runners. And Jackson's gone. Finish. Oh, that's a great block. That's a really, really good block from Lacroix. That's a great little action, though. Nice entry pass from Gusto. Nice release. Good touch from Jackson to set himself up. I like it. Chelsea look. That's really shit from Neto defensively. Bang. Go to Cucurella. Here we go. Ugh. Ajampong looks really good so far. It's only 10 minutes, but he looks really good. Chelsea are playing quite well, I think, so far. Neto being, I don't. Ooh, going amazing, Josh. I don't. I really don't like Neto inside like this. That is, in my opinion, not great. Ooh, it's unlucky. I think a thing we'll see. Would it have made more sense to start Achampong against Ipswich? For sure. For sure. This feels like a response to Tosin and Disasi having absolute nightmares against Ipswich, in my opinion. But if it works, it works. Okay. All right, so it's so funny. It's so funny to compare. So like Chelsea's whole thing, right? So Chelsea are 4-1 build, right? So fullback, two center backs, and two low fullbacks. Low but super wide. That's a really good block. Low but super wide. And Palace are 5-4-1 to defend. So the whole thing Chelsea are playing for is, can you get the wing back to jump to the fullback? That's the whole game for Chelsea. And then you can get into the next line and you can do all sorts of things. Palace are wing back low in possession. Well done, Mark. Palace are wing back low in possession. I do not have a timer. I don't have a timer. I don't know. I gotta think. I have the fault mob one. I'm a little bit behind that. I don't know how to add that, so that might be a not today edition. But I appreciate the suggestion because we're all learning. Jackson really should have done more with that counter. But Palace are wing back low to try and bring Gusto or Cucurella. And then if they can bring Gusto or Cucurella, they can get Eze and Sarr against the center back going the other way. Like that's the two-sidedness of this, which is really fun. Yeah, Wasa, I don't know. Wasa has that like fiber optic Skylink, Starlink, magic Wi-Fi that beams him into the game from like Croatian sources. It's a guy in Croatia in the stands with the. Remember Periscope? You guys remember Periscope on Twitter? That used to be like the live streams. You used to be able to just find Periscopes for every single Premier League game of just like a dude in the ground. That's Wasa. Wasa has like the Periscope feed. This is interesting. I will say, I think it leaves Chelsea a little bit. I think it's a great little pass. Well done, Jaden. I think it leaves Chelsea a little bit more open in transition. Go on, finish. Yes! 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 Well done, Jadon Sancho. Well done, Jadon Sancho. Wasa, thank you for waiting. Nice goal. Nice goal. Gross goal. Colwill plays like a nasty entry pass to Sancho, who like dummies it. Absolutely sends Chris Richards to the shops. I don't know if that's Chris Richards or if it's Lacroix. I think it's Chris Richards. Cole Jermaine Palmer. It is Chris Richards. Absolute dusts him. And then great little entry pass to Palmer. Good setup touch. Good finish. That's like, by the way, when I was talking about, and when we were talking about Palmer left 10, like that's the thing, right? With Palmer left 10. Like Palmer left 10 because he can just shoot on that side. He doesn't have to work an angle. He can just hit it right away. I think is like really valuable. It objectively didn't work, but that is kind of an example of it working. Especially because Sancho's such a good passer into the box. It's a lovely goal. That is a truly, truly delightful goal. Yeah, that was nasty. Very fun. This is going way better than Ipswich. So I've been thinking about like, do I want to stream every game? Because like I objectively don't. I'm gonna be honest with you. I objectively don't want to. I don't want to stream every game. I'm not gonna lie to you. But this is fun. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stream the games that go on Peacock. Because my little like streaming stick, I can do Peacock and I can do Paramount Plus, and I don't have, and not all the games are there. So like I watch illicitly for other games. But then if I watch illicitly, it's more of a pain to set up. So I think I'm just gonna watch the games that are on Peacock. Stream the games that are. Those are easy. An unrelated one. I bought flights for the last weekend of the Premier League season. not for the last week of the Premier season. It wasn't like me being like, oh, we might have a chance at a title. I'm going to be there. It was like, I'm going to the Barcelona Grand Prix, and I wanted to go to the Conference League final. So I bought a flight to Heathrow. Just made the most sense to connect for me. So I will be in London the last weekend of the season. No, we don't have Fubo in I don't think Fubo has games here. Fubo has it in Canada. Does Fubo have games in the US, Elliot? I'm definitely not buying another subscription though. Objectively not doing that. Anyways, I'm gonna be in England for the last week of the season. So there won't be a stream for the last game of the year or for the Conference League final if we make it. But I might do something. I don't know. I might do something fun. I might do like a live pod and get not a live pod. I object. I don't have enough listeners for that. But I might like. I imagine I'll see Dimitri and who else, but it'll be fun. Yeah, but Fubo doesn't have Premier League rights, do they? Does Fubo have Premier League games in the US? Because they have Fubo has the whole of has the Canadian rights. So like I had a Fubo subscription last year, but I didn't renew it because I didn't think they had. Oh really? Yeah, I'm not buying it. I have Peacock for free and I have Paramount Plus for free, so I'm not good. I'm not getting another one. I won't. My IPTV that was set up by a dodgy Italian man. It works fine. Oh, interesting. Cool. This is a good spot. I wonder if we'll see a little routine. We've done like a couple relocation corners already so far. Would be fun. I would like to see I would like to see some more creativity on the attacking free kicks. Like Arsenal do lots of relocation back post stuff that I'd like to see us do more of. Oh, that's a not bad chance. That's a not bad chance. Yeah, we all love a dodgy Italian. Yeah, it was fun. You like rock up to his house and like the city I grew up in used to have. Oh, he Nico should do better with that. Nico should do way better with that. Ooh, dude, that's a good chance, my boy. Maybe offside. Yeah, don't know. Yeah, it was jokes. You like rock up to this guy's house and he hands you a fire stick in a box that's clearly been opened, and you pretend it's like, oh yeah, I just don't use it anymore, and then you open it up and it's like already logged into your Amazon account and has everything. It's great. Well done, Neto. Bang, touch and depth. It's a good tackle. I really like Lacroix, man. He's decent. Lacroix was like on Chelsea lists for a while from Wolfsburg. I think Wolfsburg. Him and Van de Ven. Van de Ven, like that looked offside to me, but good recovery. Josh is so quick. He actually just like snuffed that out very rapidly. Wait, what is he coming back for? What's he coming back for? Oh, what are we doing here? Oh, I understand the rule, but this is stupid. So Eze was offside at the beginning of that. We ended up getting Disassi instead of Lacroix. I don't know. Yeah. That's fun though. Look at that. Josh start he's offside and Josh was able to recover like bang on. Fair enough, I guess. Interesting. Look at this. Boom. A chimpong. Yeah, Neto is decidedly narrower today. Like he is way narrower than normal. And what I will say is like I think neither Madueke or Neto are particularly well suited to that role. But between the two, I think Madueke might be more suited. I don't know. No, don't skip. Josh is good, man. I feel so safe. Oh, okay. All right, Rob Sanchez. Thank you for reminding us you exist. Rinsed. Cheers. Keep it in again for no reason. Okay. Is Madueke still in the naughty step? I don't know. Should Felix or Nkunku do it? Yeah, I'd be curious to see that. I'd be curious to see Nkunku as like a right 10 or like a right winger each anything. But I think sometimes the player has sometimes the player has to go wide and like and also has to track the opposite wing back, so like it's hard. You probably don't want them doing that all the time. But for somebody like Esteval Willian, no, I'm not. Maybe I am. I'm not gonna lie to you. Through 23 minutes, like I'd be content to see Josh every game the rest of the way. Play him. He's totally fine. He's totally fine. So be a big dub. Decidedly worse after scoring. I don't know. We had the big set piece chance. It's just Gusto. Every time Gusto touches the ball, I get nervous. Because this man's never made a good decision in his life. I just need like Nico. Oh, that looked like a hit hand. I just need Chelsea to have the ball somewhat higher up the pitch. Well done, Moy. Nice. Much better than Vega was on debut. Did you see the Vega to Napoli thing? I don't understand what the interest is for Napoli, but I do think I do think the consensus perception of Vega is much better than like the average Chelsea fan consensus. That's a really bad pass. He should just drop that off to Caicedo to go around the corner. That's really poor from Levi. Okay, well done, Jaden. Ooh, Enzo Fernandez does so well with that. Those ones are so hard to deal with when it comes like cut back. Ooh, no, inches, inches from 2-0. I also think Palmer just slid into the post. Oh, that was such a good transition. And that started from what I was going to say was Sancho plays like a blind ball inside for Enzo with a man really, really tight on him. And I never liked those passes because I never liked those passes because you can't bounce it in one because of the angle. So like if somebody's right on your back, you can't just bounce it. You can't just set it back. Enzo does so well to like touch away and then turn it out there. Well done, Mr. Neto. That was a great little transition. Really, really close. This actually is a pretty high quality cutback from Net. Oh, oof. Like just roll it. He has the spot. Just roll it. Elliot Sherman, why did you not connect with that? As I eat a sleeve of Oreos on my couch. Yeah, fair. Well done, Mark. Marky Mark. One more, one more, one more, one more, one more. No, you should have gone one more. Gross. Oh, that was really lovely. We feel a little bit at it today. Am I a Cucurella fan at the moment? I think Cucurella is like a useful player, and I think it's still a place where he makes too much money for you to move him profitably. I think he's fine for like again, putting the contract and stuff aside, he's like a totally good and useful player. I don't think he's amazing or anything, but he's like totally good and useful. Goal. Ooh, Joshua. Oh, great little corner. Great little corner. Arrives late, back post, bang. Oh, you have to score, my son. My tall son of Nigeria. I actually don't know if he's Nigerian or Ghanaian. Ugrela's on bully wages too. Yeah, he is. That's tough to it's tough to hack. Oof, that was nearly scary. That was very nearly scary. He's Ghanaian. All right, cheers. Thanks, guys. My son of Ghana. I was gonna say I didn't think Achimpong was a Nigerian name. I thought the the Ongs. Whew. Ah, and it's hit Sancho. That's annoying. Interesting. Interesting first 30 minutes to the game, my friends. Half an expected goal, haven't allowed a shot. Don't want to jinx it, but this is pretty good. And like your second best chance of the game is like an inch from a Cole Palmer tapping. Also, um, just because the camera flashed to Reece James for me, if we want to talk about like Reece James, playing this way with a low fullback is like heaven, manna from heaven for James, because it lets him still do all the fullback stuff he's really good at. Um, okay, touch wood. There you go. You heard my knock on the mic, probably. Uh, it still lets him do all the low fullback stuff, but his transition distances aren't that far. And like, if you put him in that spot as like fullbacks come jump to him, he will destroy teams with passes in depth. Like he's so good at that curved through ball pass from fullback. Like you put him there, and you imagine Neto drags the center back out, and you go Jackson into the channel. Big one. Only concern for me is, can we keep playing with this intensity? This hasn't felt that fast, so I'm curious. But you're right. It is. Can we stay at this level? As you know, we've hit 60 and things go poorly. Yeah, it was a lovely little flick around the corner. Palmer's nasty. Go on, Joshua. Let's see how this goes. Great delivery. Where's our knockdown guy, though? Where's our knockdown guy? That's a great delivery. That I think is, if we want to be critical of Cueva, who, like, again, I don't think he's God. I think there's some things he's done I really like, and some things he's done I don't like. In general, it is the set pieces are much better than last year, is like where it grades out to. I think one of the things he hasn't done a great job of is like setting up for second balls, attacking and defensively. Like Chelsea should be doing much more in terms of collecting knockdowns and scrubbers and that sort of thing. That's, I think, the big one. Unrelated, do we know why sporting directors froze out Chilwell after they extended him? Well, they didn't extend him, right? Bowley extended him the first summer. That was like mission critical. Well done, Nico. I think the thing that ultimately where it came out with, oh wow, Sancho, that's a gross pass. I think ultimately where it came out with Chilwell was like he spent another season injured the whole year, and he makes a lot of money, and like when you are on the brink financially as Chelsea are, like they're the Premier League version of living paycheck to paycheck. Like you can't have that many wages not playing. So and now like I think the thing now that bothers me is like, just so you were right there, just your foot out. Um Allegedly it was the sacked one. Who's the sacked one? Oh, Vivel? Vivel that wasn't sacked. I think he chose to leave. Uh Baseman was saying the sporting directors did extend him. I don't think that's. I thought that extension. Ooh, ooh, nearly slipped in the corner. Cuckoo cut super high there for a free cross. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing with wingbacks, right? Like, they can just always be wider than you. And crosses aren't super dangerous. I have much more of a problem here with Mateta not getting picked up by Caicedo or Enzo than I do with Cucurella there. It's funny. I went back and watched. I went back and watched the World Cup final from 2022 the other day over the holidays. Um, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna pay closer attention to Enzo Fernandez here, and he is really not very good defensively. He like he's very good defending things in front of him, but like France get a load of chances off of like play wide and then like have him step out to people. Oh wow, he's done very well to hold that. Uh he What are you doing, Boberto? Read the room, man. Well done, Josh. He's like France would do a lot of stuff where like they would have him step out, have Enzo step out to close somebody down, play wide, and then his attack his space. Enzo on Mateta. That's bad. Enzo Mateta. Somebody was complaining about that, which I don't mind. I actually don't mind Enzo Mateta. Enzo's a very good set piece defender because he just wrestles people, and he gets away with it. I'm like quite like Enzo as a set piece defender. The hell of a pass. Oh, Sancho nutmeg in his own box is crazy. Yeah, that's Chelsea. Is Lavia still out? I guess so. I don't think he made the bench today. I wasn't paying attention. Did he make the bench today? Yeah, Lavia's still out. My theory, by the way, my theory is that Lavia has a very bad concussion. Um, And that's the reason why he like is constantly on the edge of returning and then disappears again. That is and that's also why Chelsea don't want to talk about it, because England is like very weird about concussions. That's my theory, is that Lavia has a bad concussion. Because we have not been told what the injury is. He hasn't said pulled something. The only thing he said is that Lavia felt something. And the fact that he comes out at halftime immediately after getting his bell rung in what was maybe his best half of the season screams concussion. And the fact that it's like, oh, Lavia's fine to play, and then all of a sudden he's not fine to play, screams concussion to me. Oh my goodness, what a pass, Cole Palmer. Finish. Oy! No, Kulusevski did not get a card for elbowing Lavia in the head. James Grood, how have we played so far? Pretty well, I think. Certainly better than the last 3 games. Good, like really nice goal. Missed Palmer on like a really close cutback. Jackson's had 2 like pretty decent chances. Achimpong had a free header at the back post he probably should have done better with. It's been like pretty fine. Palace have had 1 shot. They've gotten some joy out of like, that was offside, I think. I imagine he's going to call this back as soon as they don't score, which is really annoying. Guess not. Yeah, Palace had like 1 okay chance off a cutback that they put wide, but other than that, not a lot. I would say pretty similar to the last time we played Palace, where we're like comfortably better. Okay, Bob, that's a little bit unorthodox. I don't know what interest. So there, Palace brought the wing back inside there. They brought the wing back inside to bring Cucurella narrow, and then you have the winger go wide to receive that big diag. One of the things I don't love about man marking things is like your interchanges are pretty tough to make happen. Yeah, Gehi is like rinsing on diags right now. Here we go. Here's another one. Well done, Moy. I don't think that's a foul. They're both there. I don't think that's a foul. I don't know. It's shoulder to shoulder. They're next to each other. How would you address Fofana's injury? Can be recalling Chalobah? Yeah, I would call Chalobah. But if Josh is going to play, that's also. Neto needs to make the ball stick, because that has not been happening. One of my old players just texted me Happy New Year and asking me how everything's going in the States. What a lovely human being. Oh, wow. All right, as a please don't stick this one in the top corner like last time. I would appreciate deeply. Chelsea have gone off the boil a little bit. Since like 30. Since whoever asked like, oh, can they maintain this intensity? Wasa, give us good news from the future. Come on. Into the crowd, please. Into the wall, just as good. Reportedly, there's no break clause in Trev's contract. This has been a matter of consternation because the people who are informed by Chelsea are saying there is no break clause. The people who are informed by Trev are saying there's a break clause. If you remember, in the summer, hit it, Moy. If you remember, in the summer, that this was like a big thing. It was like, is there a break clause in the loan or not? And it was unclear at the time whether Chelsea kept it or not. So what I'll say is we don't know. It is entirely possible that there is no break clause. Yeah, like I think Chelsea telling reporters there is no break clause is their way of saying we are not calling him back, not that there is no break clause. Andy, I think you are correct with that assessment. Nice. Would have liked a better header to Sanch there, but okay, Mr. Fernandes. Okay, Mr. Fernandes. I personally have felt the game should only be 45 minutes, and I think the referee should blow full time at halftime. He should just decide no more today. How about that? You give everybody 50% of their ticket back, and we just call it a day. I didn't love that decision at all. I hate that decision. That's a João Felix decision. That's a João Felix decision. I hate that. I really dislike really dislike shooting in transition when you have runners. MB, I don't know what you're sending right now. I don't know what you're sending right now. I don't know what these symbols from the future are. But I don't like it. So stop sending MM+7+. I don't know. Get that AFCON ref on it. Yeah. ZZZ, you're not. Hold on. You said you can't watch the game. Why are you still here? I assume that meant you had something to do. MB feels like a cat on the keyboard situation. It's possible. No, Nico, read the room, man. He can't play you in depth there. Can't play you in depth there. It's very funny. Sometimes I'm like pretty critical of Nico, and sometimes I'm like, this guy's amazing. But it is objectively funny to like recognize this guy has basically 2 senior seasons of like real pro football, like not like 2nd division, 3rd division Spain. So like he does a lot of dumb things still that like he just doesn't know, which is pretty fun. Like if he like learns, like if he gets smarter as a player, I don't know. I'm working from home, but having a little food break. Working from home on a Saturday. I'm sorry, my guy. How have we been? Pretty good, I think. Pretty good, I think. Solid. Certainly better than the last 3 games, was how I described it. Baby on the keyboard. Even better. Even better. My apologies, MB. I love that. Baby on the keyboard. Congrats on the baby. That's so wild. Your child is right now. What if I like say I swear? Then your baby's gonna like say the F word and it's gonna be my fault. You're in 20 years, your baby's gonna have unresolved trauma from like the word desassy. The word desassy is gonna like trigger a trauma response for this poor child. Alrighty, 1-0 halftime. Let's go. Let's go. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm pretty happy with that as a half, my friends. Somebody asked what subs would I make. Let's see the bench. Let's see the bench. What would I do from the bench? City beating West Ham. That's not shocking. I didn't get to watch Spurs Newcastle earlier. Does anyone have comments on that game? Villa Leicester 0-0. Interesting. And Villa just doing nothing. Very on brand for Mr. Unai Emery. Bournemouth Everton 0-0. And Bournemouth slapping Everton, but somehow not. Oh, Broja went off injured. Fuck, really? Sorry. What happened? Broja is unable to recover from his earlier knock. That sucks, dude. Poor guy. And then Southampton. Brentford are winning. Shocker. What would I do at halftime? At halftime, I'd do nothing. At halftime, I would do nothing. What I would do for the second half is at 60, I would do one of the wingers, probably Neto for Madueke. Are we annoyed about Newcastle creeping up? Yeah, I would have much preferred a draw. Newcastle are the team I look at for top 4, and I'm like, leave me alone. Like, if you look at the I suppose I can update this now. Like, Newcastle are going to be up to 65 now. Like, they are comfortably the closest of the team. I don't think Broja kicked the ground and got hurt from that. Later, we saw him struggle to walk properly and also holding his lower back. Ground injured his lower. If that's real, that's very unfortunate. Now, time to join the chat. I've been watching this delayed to keep up with my stream. LMAO. Nice. I like that. That's a smart way to watch. It's a smart way to watch. Pretty happy with this so far, man. I can't lie. What would I do second half? Second half, I would probably do Madueke for Neto. And then I would probably do Nkunku for Jackson pretty early. But, like, and then I would do James. If James actually has minutes in him, I would do that. What do I think about the fullbacks low? So, this is Joe Tillett's doing the same thing. I get it. So, here's this is what I think about fullbacks low. Let me like fix all the players into their actual position. So, Palace defend in a 5. What we have seen basically this whole year is that when Chelsea play a 5, they would do something like this. They'd put a fullback, they'd put a winger, they'd put a 10, they'd put a winger, and they'd put a midfielder. And they would build 3-1. And so that is how they would get to +1 against the last line. Right? So if you look, if I do, I can't remember if I can do rectangle. Rectangle. If you look, like, the last line is 6. Okay? But this is what it has been. Today, it is not like that, because what we saw against Fulham went back 5, and Fulham marked really aggressively like this. And so that when you could press the middle one, you could go like this. This is how Fulham played it, and Chelsea had a really, 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 really hard time. Really hard time. So the solution we saw today instead is that the fullbacks come really wide and really low. You have Palmer still free to float. And it's like very generic 4-3-3 in the build. But you have the 2 center backs low, and you have Moy. And they defend flat 5-4-1. And so what ends up happening is you have 5v5 in the build, and you have 5v5 on the last line. These are the two things that happen. And to me, the goal here is that the wingers have to stay narrow. So like Eze and Sar have to stay narrow. Otherwise, you just go into Palmer. And because if you don't stay narrow, like if you widen, then you go into Jackson. So like you end up having to do these two players with these all the time. All the time. So when you have the fullbacks wide and low, to me, what they're trying to get is to get this action where the wingback comes and then you can skip a line to go to the winger, or you can go like fullback inside into the winger to do it. And Chelsea got a bunch of joy early into Neto doing exactly that through Gusto. They got a lot of joy, like Gusto inside, boom. Gusto hasn't been very good, as Pano Footy just says. Yeah, I don't think he's been great as a passer, but like he's doing the job he's supposed to do, and it baits the wingbacks. So I think it's really worked so far. I think this is a good change to build 2-3 or 4-1, however you want to call it. It's but it is very much to bring the wing back to get the wingers versus wide center backs. That's explicitly the goal here. I know Gusto played a more simplified role last year, but he was not this bad a passer. He definitely was this bad a passer, but it was like crosses in the box, so it's like it feels fine if they don't hit on their passes. But I think this is a pretty good solution. The funny thing that has arisen from this low fullbacks is that on the flip side, Palace are basically constantly trying to bring Cucurella to the fullbacks so they can go into the wingers on the last line. So it's like it has its benefits and its drawbacks. I think one of the things that is really important to think about for this shape is you can't do this with Tosin, because what happens sometimes is Eze will be here and you'll end up in a situation where like the lane to Jackson is taken, the 6 has blocked the lane to Palmer, and Eze comes to close, and Achimpong has to be able to break this line on the dribble. And Achimpong can do that, and Fofana could do that, but Tosin can't, and Disasi can't. So it's been like, I think actually quite a good setup in my opinion in terms of how they've gone about this. I wouldn't be shocked if we saw it go back to 3-2 in the second half to give yourself the extra number inside for the transitions. I think Chelsea have been a little bit loose in transitions. I don't think that's the right call because I think it opens you to get the wing back around in transition against you, which they've already gotten some joy from. So I'm pretty curious, and I'm a little worried that like this is going to be a no subs game. I'm a little worried this is going to be a no subs game. Just because it's like things are vaguely fine, and also like I don't feel great about any of the subs. So, like again, 0.9 to 0.1, like you can live with that half. And like, was that a shot? That wasn't a shot. That was a cross. Like these are the two shots, really. So it's funny how similar Josh plays to Fofana, but his passing looks Chris. Josh making West runs has been fun to watch. Yeah, I don't think they're that similar. Like, I think Josh is a much better passer than Fofana is. Much better passer. Like, we've seen already a few, like, absolute zinger line breakers from him. And he's not as good in the air as Fofana is. And he's, like, Fofana's just many years more experienced. But I think Josh has been really good. Fuzzbrain, who asked how has Josh been? I think he's had a very, very, very good half so far. I think we might see Guido and I. Oh, wow. Sorry for that. It's early. What do you want? Guido, I'd be surprised. Nani, yeah. I would consider dropping Enzo building 4-2. You can let him move higher as we progress. Felt like we struggled to build at the end. Yeah. I could see this being a legitimate solution. The thing that's hard about if you go 4-2 to build is against 5-4-1, it's too easy to like clog this way. And even with low wide fullbacks, like they can stay here. They can stay here. And let's say like so let's say Chelsea are here, right? So you end up with Jackson gets picked up by the middle center back, the wing backs are home, the outside center backs are there. Even if you end up in a situation where it's like this, or it's Neto narrow and it's Palmer here, or whatever your solution is, you end up in a situation where like the ball goes wide and it's too easy to shut down the pass inside with the winger, and then this player closes and then the 9 sits on the window, right? So like sometimes we'll call this like a window between two players. That's not. Like between two players, we'll call that a window, right? And so you can have Mateta sit on this window and you can have Lerma or whatever come across. And now, even though you have the deeper player, you don't have the benefit of it. Like you don't get to access that other player. It's too easy to do this. And so like one solution you can do is like the ball goes wide and Josh comes really low. And then now this line has to be like this. And now that window is huge. And so now Caicedo can come here and it's like, okay, this is actually hard. But you end up in the situation where like if this doesn't happen really quickly, it's very hard to find this player in here. So it's hard. Like 5-4-1 is legitimately difficult to break down. Teams that defend 5-4-1 are that defend 5-4-1 well, like hard. Palace are a solid team. Like Decore and Lerma are legitimate tackly boys. Like they're a real team. And aside from getting demolished by like the best teams, like they're not bad. Like reasonable performances. I'm very curious to see how the second. That felt like more than a 0.9 XG half. Yeah, I would say so. Like it's hard because there's like the Palmer cutback that doesn't come off. Like where Neto cuts it back for Palmer, and it's like an inch from it hitting his toe. And if he gets on that, that's like a I don't know 0.5 or higher XG chance. And you have like a whole bunch of really high quality box entries. Really high quality box entries. I think it felt like more than a 0.1. I don't know how true that is. Like they had lots of crosses, which always feel more dangerous than they are. You know, they feel more dangerous than they are, which is whatever. I guess fair that it felt that way. Then Palace, Crystal Palace. You get your full name, Mr. Palace. Sorry, I know the typing is very clicky for you guys. Alrighty, let's see last season. Palace at home. Chelsea 1.4 to 0.631. 0.3 1.4 0.6. Yeah, this was the bonkers game that ends us garden transition at the end, right? Did we get a penalty in this? Nope. 14 shots to 13. That's the correct number for either of them. 14, 13, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. 14 box touch. Palace 27. This is a pretty good performance. Palace away. Let's see how today goes, my dears. Second half is about to start. I am very curious to see what changes we get eventually. And do they work? Let's see. Let's see, my dears. We just need 3 more goals, then I can relax. Yeah, sure. I'd love that. Wouldn't we all? Wouldn't we all? Ooh. Interesting. I love that, like, I love that basically every modern coach is like, let's just smash it forward and see if anybody makes a mistake off the kick. Bring back the sorry kickoff, mate. I like Mateta. Good cutout. Well done. Well done, Baberto. That's kind of a annoying moment to begin the second half with from Nicole Will. Okay. Palace are pressing very high this half. Eee, come on, Palmer. Neto and Palmer. Ironically, it worked the first time we did it. Yeah. Doo-doo. I would just like us to have a little bit more of the ball. And like a little, like when we're here, how about we just chill for 5 minutes? Take a breather. No, Enzo, you gotta get higher, my guy. You gotta gamble there. Interesting. So, by the way, what it looks like now, we talked about this. The weak side winger is like here now for Palace. Like they are very much trying. Once Chelsea go up a side, you're stuck there. You're not. You're not going up another side. You're not swinging, which makes it harder to take the air out of the game. Yeah, I still really like Shek Decoy, man. I think he's a good player. He's a very tidy player. Goal. That's so bad defensively. That's so bad defensively. One pass and you're open. Totally open. Gusto, where are you going, my guy? Who you marking? At the same time, if he picks him up and then gets done back post, I would have blamed him. So I think that's a very tough one for his situation. That's really poor. The whole way. They should score terrible from us. That's so bad. Yikes. Good start to the second half. Well, this is certainly going to feed my fatigue narrative. No, I don't think that one is on Gusto. Like that's a really hard. Like if he doesn't, like if he picks him up and they play it to the back post and it's a tapping at the back post. Like I don't know. Then what? I wonder. No, Vegas too slow. Bob does that a lot. Oh my goodness, what are you doing, Sanchez? No, it's like full fucking calamity central right now. Bob, what are you doing, my guy? He does like knockdowns to himself a lot, and I always get so nervous. Does it? Yeah, this is feeling a little bit like end of Brentford right now. Where like Chelsea want to keep pressing, but they have to commit too many numbers forward to press. And then you end up in situations like this. It's a yellow card. Well done, Moy. What do you mean? What are you talking? It has to be a yellow card. He delayed the restart. It has to be a yellow card. What are we doing? It didn't even passively hit him. He blocked it. That's a yellow card. Mm. Holy fuck, no way. Oh, I thought it went out. Great pass. Also, it is very much Palmer left 10, Enzo right 10 right now. Like, very, very defined. And Enzo right 10, Palmer left 10. Yes. Yes. Hit it. Eee. I don't love the shape of this game right now. I shouldn't say this now. I bet on Chelsea to win today, which is very rare. I almost always bet on Chelsea to lose because it makes me feel better. Um, so that even if Chelsea lose, I win money. But I actually bet on them to win today, which feels like a mistake. Which feels like a mistake. Good tracking from Mr. Sanch there. It's such like a nothing cross. I hate that those feel scary. Like he's actually crossing it across the face to nobody, but because there's one guy at the back post, it's like ends up being a scary moment. I hate it. No, get the second guy out. Cucurella, get the second guy out. Dribble, 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 and don't pass it to their players. Fuck me. Remember, my mom made £50 on us losing at home, 1-0 at home, the QPR. I think I'm plus 20%, plus 19% for the season. I make 5 bets a weekend. Yeah, fair. I make 5 bets a weekend on just 1x2 market, and I'm plus 20% the season. Plus whatever. Doesn't matter the dollar value I bet. But yeah, like I don't know what my win rate, my return rate, pretty good. Ooh. My biggest ever bet win was the Brazil World Cup final 2014. I bet on Germany to win. And under 1.5 or under 2.5. And I put a lot of money on it. It turned out quite well. Good save, Bob. Oh. Good save, Bob. Very good save. Keepers, yes, well done. Now release. You gotta get to the other side of the pitch. You have to get to the other side of the pitch. Don't slow down. Why are you slowing down, you guys? And ball pen. Give it, ref. No, you can't slow down. Rule number 1 of counters: don't slow down. Win a corner. Win a corner. What was my biggest sting? I don't know. I have like I've had a few bad beats this season. 2016 MLS Cup. 2016 MLS Cup. Toronto FC were comfortably the better team, and I was like, oh, they will for sure. And they were at home against Seattle, and I was certain they'd win, and they pumped them, and they lost in a shootout. But they destroyed them in the game and were very unlucky to lose. That's probably, and I bet a reasonable but not crazy amount of money on that one. I was like a broke college student. My like thing in when I was in undergrad was MLS. The MLS betting markets in the early days were extremely inefficient. You don't. That's a little bit naive, Mr. Chimpong, but okay. The MLS markets in the early days, like in the early 2010s, were extremely inefficient. Like you used to be able to bet against like Montreal with Drogba when they would play away at teams on turf, because it was like Drogba's not going to play. Like if you knew the league, Drogba wasn't going to play. But the lines would be like, oh, Montreal are a solid playoff team. Drogba's very good. He's going to play or whatever. And then he obviously wouldn't play because he never played away on turf. And you would make more money. That was a thing that worked for a long time. Well done, Nico. Go to war. Well done, Nico. Go to war. Love that. Feel like if you're into any niche or sports leagues, you can make a decent amount betting on big bookies. Yeah, NWSL is like NWSL now is what MLS was then. Like women's soccer in general is extremely profitable because the lines are terrible. The lines are terrible. I used to have a bunch of. I used to have a bunch of. I used to have a bunch of success betting on FAWSL games of like the big teams against the worst team in the league, them winning by like 7+. Because it would be like the odds on them winning would be very low, but the odds on them winning 7 or 8+ would be like very high. So you could bet like Chelsea against Bristol City, Chelsea -8, and it would be like plus. It would be like +5 or something. Even though it was like not a particularly crazy outcome if they won by 7. Yeah, women's football is betting against the big men. Barcelona. Yeah, the thing with Barcelona was like there were very few bookies who did betting on Liga Fem, the Spanish women's league. It was very uncommon. I don't know now, but back in the day, it was extremely uncommon. You'd get the odd women's Champions League game though that you could, especially the early rounds before they had this format. I really dislike. I really don't like when Enzo ends up so wide. Feels like we're very open in transition. Yeah, hour mark no subs. Yes, yes. Hour mark no. I would be. I would be looking Nani for Neto pretty soon. Pretty soon, and maybe Felix for Sancho. If you had Tyreek George, I'd be down to do Tyreek George. Happening. Go, go, go. Ezra's good, man. Well done, Sanch. Great touch and turn. Slip him. Oh, come on. Peno has to be. Yep, yep. What do you mean? No. Ref. What do you mean? No. This is going to end up being outside the box, but that's clearly a foul. Oh my god. What are we doing here? Reese for Gusto and Josh goes and plays with Gusto? No, no, no. Josh stays center back if Reese comes, and Reese goes right back. Hey, Josh. Surely, ref. Give us the pen so he can breathe. I'll be very curious to see the replay of this. I mean, he's not. He touched the ball, is what he just said. He does. He does touch. He does touch the ball. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if he does touch the ball. I don't know if he does touch the ball. And that's pretty nasty from Colwell. That's pretty nasty from Colwell. That's pretty nasty from. Yeah, that's pretty gross. I'm sure the VAR. I'm sure the VARs looked at it more in depth in the replays we looked at and saw that there actually was contact on the ball. But from the angles we saw, I am decidedly not sure that there was contact on the ball. Colwell hasn't been great today. Yeah, he's not been special. You know what? I actually respect that. So the ref has called it back because Colwell gets fouled on the first one. I respect that that he gave Colwell the booking anyways. Enzo Fernandez, right side of the pitch, and he looks good. Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it? That's a great entry pass from Sancho as well. That's another one. 65, no subs. 65, no subs. Chelsea Youth tweeted last week. He's like, I'm going to tune in at the 65th minute just to talk about you having, just to talk about you being mad about no subs. No subs. Anyone warming up? I don't see anyone. I mean, I'm sure there's guys, but oh, everybody's there. It's the whole gang. A great little turn. Don't book him. Good. It's a great little turn. I like Ismail Assar. He's a good player. Oh, he gets a touch on the ball. It can't be a foul, guys. It's a touch. He gets a touch on the ball. It can't be a foul. Everybody knows if you touch the ball, it can't be a foul. Everybody knows touch on the ball, no foul. All right. Gusto did pretty well there. Go inside. Go inside, please. Chill. Or don't chill. That's actually pretty nice. I feel like Palmer doesn't know where to stand when he's a left 10. Really poor from Enzo. But I also didn't love Kais. It's a touch on the ball. It's not a foul. It's a touch on the ball, not a foul. Rob Sanchez pass to the other team is my favorite tactic. Kamada. This just has everything written over it. For a team dies on the vine physically, this has it written in blood. It really does. Villa Leicester 1-1. It's interesting. Ducore off for Kamada. Okay. This will change their dynamic defensively. Ooh, pick him up. Watch the cutback. Well done, Malo Gusto. Well done, Malo Gusto. I have been critical of you. That's an excellent track. Well done, Malo Gusto. Well done, Colwell. Chill. Chill, 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 chill. 70 minutes, no subs. No subs. Doesn't look like anyone's close to coming either. Why? Why? Why is Jackson there? The new trend of making goalie gloves so big is an. Yeah, I haven't bought goalie gloves in a long. I don't even know what the. Ooh. Okay. Ugh. It's hard to go the other way with your right foot there. You'd have to hit it with your laces and come across it. Like that's very hard. Which I think he probably should have tried to do anyways. Ooh, go on, Jackson. Oh, porco dio. Oh. Oh. It's so close. It's so close. So close. Sato, what are you doing? Well done, Josh Achimpong. Well done, Josh Achimpong. Yeah, I'd be doing Madueke for Neto. Sharpish. Sharpish. And I'd be thinking about Nkunku for Jackson. Ooh, do you do James for Cucurella or do you do James for Gusto? I don't know. I don't care. One of them. I would do James for one of the fullbacks. I would do Madueke for Neto, and I'd do Nkunku for Jackson now, I think. You need some legs. You need some legs. You need some legs. Make the subs, please. He's gonna get fouled. See, like that's a like I think that's a foul because he gets pushed through the back. Caicedo gets called for that foul every single time. It's very annoying. But also, like, you got to release the ball. Well done, Levi Colwell. I wonder if this was going in. Like, he kicks his leg first, and then he wins the ball. That would have been a very... I think that might have gone in. That looked like low cross goal. James for Gusto, 80 maybe. It's hard. Like, we have no idea... We have no idea where James is at physically. Like, he said against Ipswich, he was on the bench just to be there. Like, he wasn't good enough. Great pass. And he's actually done pretty well with that touch. 73 minutes. No changes. No subs. No subs, please. Look how, man, like they're going so slow to take this corner because they're dead. They're dead. No subs. Let everybody walk up there. Go, go, go. Take your time. No subs. That's so rubbish. That's such a poor delivery, Mr. Palmer. I actually don't understand. His corner deliveries are so mid. Like, just let Neto take them. Handball. Handball again. Handball a third time. What is going on? Where is the foul here? Wii U is about to come on? Really? That's pretty actually, you know what? I actually don't mind that. As like a big guy who will scrap, I don't hate it. I don't think Jackson is doing a bad job though. Good. Oh, I'm shocked. I'm genuinely shocked he's gone back and given that because I don't think that one was. So I guess I shouldn't be shocked. I should be totally unsurprised. I don't understand. Yeah, I do Nani for Neto right now. Do Nani for Neto right now. We don't know where James is at physically, so it's hard to say on that one. I don't know if he shoulder checks him so much as stands still and Neto runs into him, but it's also one of those ones where like Neto kicks the ball away and is like and prays for a foul. This, by the way, this is what I don't like because it's too easy to. It's too easy to press 4-1. Like you just lock the six and the opposite center back, and they have no ability to play the other way. This is like this is what's happening now. Is it's like this all the time, and they just lock as soon as the ball goes wide. They just lock center back and thing, and you have to go all the way back to the keeper every time. See, when you get Enzo deep and close like this, it's hard. It's harder. But he has to stay close and he has to stay deep. It's a very good pick from Colwell. See, you bring the six deep and close. Yes, one more. Get around him. Get around him. Get the fuck around him. Cut back. Finish. Porco Dio. Yeah, Bempty Mater. You'd love to throw Andre Santos on in this kind of game. Yeah, for sure. For sure, you'd love Andre Santos. Is it just me or is our midfield wide open? Well, yeah, look at what Palmer's doing defensively. The guy's just standing at the halfway line the whole game. I'd consider Tosin for Gusto, Josh to right back. I'm not moving Josh 1 inch, but that is an option. Porco Dio's Italian, Jebim Timater's Serbo-Croatian. Jebim Timater is what Lucas said to Rudy Gobert. Which Balkan guy did I play with? I played with a lot of Balkan guys. I used to play for in Canada we have a lot of ethnic, like the soccer clubs that like play in. There used to be a league called CSL. A lot of the teams that played in that league, it was like a precursor to League One and CPL. But the teams who played in that league were a lot of ethnic teams. Like Serbian White Eagles was one of the best teams. Toronto, Croatia, Hamilton Serbs, and Brantford Galaxy were the two teams I played at that were basically all Balkans. They'd bring guys over as like builders to come play. So I used to play with this guy who played for Red Star in the '99 Champions League, he played for Red Star in the team that won. Mark, what are you doing, Mark? in the team that like played in the Champions League, but then he was like 47. He was playing in Canada. Yeah, lots of I played with a lot of Serbian guys growing up. All right, fair enough. Well, this has been a very poorly officiated game. 80th minute, by the way, no subs. Time to tweet again. 80 minute, no subs. First sub. Sub is here. Okay. Oh. Okay. Gooey for Jackson as the sub. Can I just shut up and wait for the coach to sub at the right time? No. The right time was 20 minutes ago. It's Mark Guiu's birthday? That's fun. Good for him. Congrats, Mr. Gooey. Yeah, go. Chase him. Chase him. Chase him. Chase him. Yeah, Gooey. 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 I love this guy, man. He's not even that good, but he chases. He's like a little bulldog. Like, you know that this guy barks at people for sure. Like, when he's frustrated, he growls. For sure. Guaranteed. Gooey. Gooey. Well, I hope he scores. It would be so fun. I hope he. See now, okay, so now it's like full man mark the front two, man mark the double six. That's a great pass from Bob. That's really poor from Cole Palmer. What else is new? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and that starts from a Palmer giveaway. Fuck you. Starts from Cole Palmer. That's despicable. That is despicable from Cole Palmer. That is so bad from Cole Palmer. I'd love to see if it hits his hand though, because if it hits, it actually, I don't think even if it hits his hand, it counts. Like, I don't think they can come back and call him ball. That is so disgraceful from Cole Palmer though. Oh, that's actually very unlucky. Cucurella almost gets there. And now you have to go win the game, and your players are tired, and it's the same shit every week. It's the same shit every week. You don't make the subs, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Okay, it happens. Checking offside, I think. That's so bad from Cole Palmer. Like, actually disgraceful. I mean, at least he called that one. When does the bald fraud get told to make some subs by management? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how it's not happened yet. Get across the near post for fuck's sake. How many sub minutes do I think should be given per game? 100 sub minutes per game would be my target. So you want to do 4 guys at 65? You can do that. You want to do 3 guys at 60 and 1 at 80? Fine. 100 sub minutes a game. 100 sub minutes a game, and you should use all 5 subs every game. Non-negotiable. I don't understand. Where is Madueke? Would have been fun. Oh, Madueke came great. 86 minute. Cheers, man. As a left winger. Cheers, man. What are we doing here? Point. I'm definitely never streaming. This is much worse than the Palace home game. We've created way less and died in the second half. Again died in the second half. Look at Palmer's gone. Enzo's very lucky to not be sent off. If he doesn't see a second yellow here, he's very lucky. That's a second yellow to me. But whatever. I can't believe Sancho came off instead of Neto. That's so poor, man. Again, it's fatigue, man. Yeah, Kadar, I mentioned earlier whether we could keep the intensity up, and it just died from 40 minutes onwards. You're right. You're spot on again. This is so frustrating. Yeah, your pacey winger can't even pace a not fast center back because he's dead. Again, you have to go win the game. Your players are all great turn. Your players are all tired, and you have no Felix, you have no Nkunku, you have no. Where is everybody? Reece James isn't on the pitch. Clearly, he's not able to play. So why is he dressing? Free kick has to be. Yeah, it has to be. Thank you. Took you an hour and a half to put your flag up. I mean, that's not at all where that happened, but do you have Neto on the ball with him? What's the point? What's the point of having Neto on the ball with him? You're not going to pass him the ball. Everyone knows you're not going to pass him the ball. So you cross the three guys, and then you pass all the way back to the keeper because you don't have extra guys for second balls. Cheers. Go back inside to Enzo, please. Neto's pants. Take the throw. Take the throw. Take the throw. Josh Ray looking at the first versus second FXGD and just laughing. It's exactly that again. It's exactly a fatigue story again. Holy fuck, man. It's exactly a fatigue story again. It's okay. Nobody in the post-match press conference will ask him about subs. It won't come up. Nobody will ask about subs. We'll get the same questions about, is this why you said you're not in a title race? Oh, do you want to do business in the January transfer window? Because the English establishment media is genuinely the least competent media of any nation on the planet, including people covering Israel Palestine. They will ask about transfers in the title race. I'll put my house on it. They will not ask about subs because these people don't actually like football. They don't know anything or watch football. There is genuinely no point. There's genuinely no point in listening to anything Simon Johnson or Nizar or any of those people say because they actually don't like soccer. They like transfers and drama and nothing else. They don't care. They don't like soccer. They don't want to talk about soccer. They don't ask questions about soccer. They don't have thoughts about soccer. They don't know how soccer works. Nothing. These people cover the game for 25 years and don't know anything about how anything works. They watch games and they say, oh, it's because Chelsea don't have the mentality to beat titles. What mentality? What mentality? The players are puking their lungs out. Look at the Fulham winner. Levi Colwill can't even sprint back into his box. The guy is empty as a human being. And the questions are, is it because his mentality to win a title is wrong? Are you for real? It's embarrassing. And this is embarrassing. It's another fucking stupid game. I hope that goes in. First half, plus 0.8. Second half, minus 0.5. Cheers. Thanks, boss. You suck. Rask is an idiot. I have nothing else to say. Yes, Chelsea will still make top four. More worried than I was before. This is an insane take. This is a crazy take. Acheampong was very good. Let's just get into it. Let's just get into it. Uh, Chelsea were very, very solid in the first half. We saw a change to the build to build 4-1 against the back three that I thought worked really well. And then, like for the last 5 games in a row, we see Chelsea are very good in the first half and very bad in the second half as all the players get tired, and it happens again and 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 again. Why can't Reece get on the damn pitch? I assume if Reece was fit, he would have come on. Clearly not fit. But Sanchez was fine. Gusto was weirdly better in the second half, but overall not very good. I thought Acheampong was very good. I thought Cole was just okay. I thought Cucurella was just okay. I thought Caicedo was dreadful. I thought Enzo Fernandez was pretty good in general. Neto is useless. Genuinely does nothing as a player. Like, actually does nothing as a player. I thought Sancho was pretty good. I thought Palmer was okay. Again, another one where, like, whatever. But Jackson was just fine. Nothing special. That's the game. That's the game. As then the same guys get tired because they never get subbed off, never do anything. It is what it is. That's the whole game. That's the whole game. Is the guys get tired and then they die. Would be curious to see Maresca's sub patterns when Leicester hit their rough patch. That's a good question, Dylan. Also, nice to see you. Let's go look at that. That's a good question. They were very not subby in general. But let's see in that like weird middle patch. Let's see, it was like here, right? This one. This one. Yeah, so these 3 matches. And then a win. This is the stretch that people are. Let's see. So they lose to Borough. Sub, all 5, and early. Sub, only 2, pretty late. That I assume is injury, so it doesn't really count. Only 2. Two, 3, but also pretty late. 2, 1 at halftime, 1 late. I don't know, man. Seems like he doesn't like to sub. This is such lazy analysis. We made subs versus Ipswich, and it didn't seem to make a huge difference. Today's game is down to our finishing. Okay, I'm going to take this as good faith because I just assume that you're not a very bright human being. Chelsea created 1.3 XG. It is extremely more likely that they would score 1 goal than it is that they would score 2. Today was not down to finishing. For the 5th game in a row, Chelsea are very good in the first half, very bad in the second half. Do you think that is because of finishing or because they're tired? So respectfully, it's not lazy now. It's objectively a thing that is going on. So, like, no. We made subs versus Ipswich and it didn't seem to make a huge difference. Again, you look at Ipswich, Chelsea are very good for 55 minutes. You make subs. The guys who come on are the tired guys who've been playing every game. You brought on Sancho. Like it was all the tired guys came on. Chelsea were good when the not tired guys played in that game. Do I think Chelsea are reverting to the mean? No, I think Chelsea are better than these 4 games. And I think there was some overperformance in the first 15 games or whatever, but not that much. Like I had Chelsea pegged for something like 75 points. After today, we're down to 71, I think. Let's see what the other scores are. Arnold. Bournemouth win. Villa win. Chelsea draw. We're down to only. The Palmer error that led to the goal. The Palmer error that led to the goal, even if he's tired, is inexcusable. The Palmer giveaway that leads to the goal is inexcusable. Inexcusable. It is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Hold on. Did that just say Palace gave up 10 big chances? Oh my god. 11 big chances. Wow. Well, that was something. Actually, I have no analysis. Honestly, I have no other analysis than it's the same as every other game. Chelsea are good for 55 minutes and then they die on the vine physically. It's the same as every other game. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why we even talk about this. Wait. Did a good trick where you played 90. Like he did a very good job defense. Not a good player. I'd fix it. Make the fucking. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know what else. There's no other analysis. They don't make subs, they die. The team. They don't make subs, the team dies. It's the same every week. What do you want to talk about? There's no point talking about tactical things because the tactics don't. There's no tactics anymore because the team is too tired to move, to run off the ball, to do things. Palmer makes no movements off the ball in the second half because he's gassed. It doesn't matter. They're exhausted. I don't know what they're doing in training. I don't know. This is very like Conte's second season right now. Life goes on. Life goes on. Thought Action Pong was good. That's the whole. That's the. I think that's the only good thing. If we take our chances, we win the game. No other team in the PL makes too many. I mean, most other teams in the league sub way more than Chelsea do. Way more than Chelsea. Uh, most other teams in the league sub way more than Chelsea do. And like yes, of course, Chelsea put up a 0.3 expected goal difference, like and a +2 shot difference. But like on the grand scheme of things, like yes, if Chelsea take their chances, they win. But that's true of every game. Chelsea weren't particularly good. Like a draw is a fair result here on the balance of everything that happened. Chelsea got two pretty good chances, and Palace got two pretty good chances. Both teams got two good chances. They both scored one of them. Like that's the whole game. I don't know. I don't. And the goal is so preventable. It's so bad from Cole Palmer. It's so bad. Sixth or seventh fewest sub minutes. I'd bet you it's less than that. I'd bet you it's less than that. I think when I looked at, if you look at total subs, it's very low. I think there's like a few teams less. Yeah, fourth bottom on subs. Mins per sub low. Like again, the teams who are lower, Palace, who aren't very good, City, who are having their worst season in forever, Everton, also having a terrible season. Like subbing is objectively a good thing. Liverpool are ahead of us with fewer games played. And look at the teams who are overperforming: Brighton, Forest, Fulham, Bournemouth. They sub a lot. Like, is there not any signal to you here? We did a whole thing 2 podcasts ago going through all this, showing all the literature about how impactful subs can be positively. It's a no-brainer, man. It's a no-brainer. Chelsea are almost certainly like one of the lowest total subs, but 7 goals conceded after 75. Yeah, like brutal. Brutal. Brutal, 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 brutal. You can't win like that. You cannot win if your team dies on the vine at 60. Too hard. It's too hard. What do you do? No sabes. Okay, I actually have no analysis for you because it's just watch last week's podcast and the one before that and the one before that. It's the same game. Chelsea are good for somewhere between 45 and 70 minutes, and then they get tired and then they lose or they don't win. It's the same as every other game. I don't know what you and there's not enough subs. Like why? How can the subs today be Mark Guiu in the 81st minute, whatever, and Nani Madueke at 85? How can that be the subs today? There's nothing else to say. No, I agree. I actually, unless you guys want to talk about something else, you want to talk about transfer. Like, I don't think there's much to talk about transfers. I don't think there's anything else. So I'm gonna sound like a lecturer. I'm gonna give you all back a Saturday. We're just gonna call it there. We're gonna move on, and I'm gonna go on Goldberg's stream, and I'm gonna go yell because it'll make me feel. It's the same as always. You don't make subs, you die. Your team dies. Outside of the subs, what else can we change to improve? I think the transition defending stuff is alarming. I think the transition defending stuff is really bad because we end up like this all the time. Like this and like a fullback here. And it's like, oh, Caicedo, you're on your own. If you don't win the tackle, it's a track meet the other way. Every time. So like I think is like a big thing. Does the entire 11 rotations in the cup game skew in-game subs? Like maybe Wesco feels they can handle the minutes since they only play one game week. That's for sure part of it. But it's really hard to play 90s at the pace Chelsea play. Like Chelsea games are really fast. They press a lot and teams try to press them a lot. Like they have one of the lowest like if you combine their PPDA and the opposition's PPDA, they have one of the lowest totals in the league. Their games are some of the pressiest. It's like them and like Brighton and Spurs. And it's really hard. It's really, really, really hard to play that fast. And because Chelsea choose to transition quickly all the time, because they have good counterattackers, you end up with games like that. I cannot believe like Neto is so bad. You want to talk about something? Neto stinks. Get that guy off the field. Play Madueke, please. Uh, that's the whole story. Want to talk about the refs? I don't even think the referee was that bad. I don't even think the referee was that bad. Like if he says, hey, um, like if they've determined that he gets a touch on it, it's not a foul. And other than that, he was like annoying, but like not criminal. At least the A team gets a long break. Yeah, listen. This is yeah, we have good counters, but Neto and Gusto somehow. Yeah, Neto and Gusto aren't good soccer players. They're objectively bad. I don't like either of them. Um, I have the Bournemouth Everton highlights now. Very curious to see this one. Interesting. Uh, Chelsea look so tired every game. Every game. Uh, let's see. What break do 8 days to Morecambe? What's today? The 4th. 10 days till they play Bournemouth. Yeah, like I would play. I would play nobody. I would play nobody against Morecambe. I'd play Josh again. I'd play. Yeah, I would play no. Actually, maybe I wouldn't play Josh. Maybe I would save Josh for Bournemouth because I thought he was very good. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm gonna call it here. I like actually have done. Thanks for tuning in. I'll do a podcast tomorrow when I've cooled off my brain, but I don't know what I'll talk about there either. It'll probably be the same things, and we'll leave it there. So enjoy the rest of your weekend. Hopefully, it is better than whatever Chelsea was today. Uh, yeah. All right, guys.